Welcome to Declutters Delight for Life. And if you didn't catch me last night, I'm still at a retreat here up in the glorious mountains near the Cascades and up at a retreat center. And I'm here again, back here, Facebook Live for you. And tonight is Decluttering Frees Up Money. Well, I'm going to give you some really simple principles. A lot of us who've been clutterers, hoarders, or chronic disorganizers, or anybody in life, we all have to know where our money's going. We have to figure out, how to organize it. We have to have a place to put it, whether it be a credit union, bank, or whatever that is financially secure. And then we have to have a way of making money so we have a roof over our heads and have all our needs met. And also a way of saving money. And if we don't have any of that, it's rather a cluttery situation, our financial situation. I know for myself, I had a very cluttery financial situation. I've been through two bankruptcies. I paid the money back, but that was a thing. I had no financial records, checking accounts, and all sorts of difficult things I went through. But having come out the other end, I learned a lot about it. The one thing is the keep it simple principle about it. If you're just starting out having to deal with your financial situation, what I just talked about can be done in 5 different separate filing systems. Just 5 separate file folders I would just start with, or boxes, or something very simple. And just label them in the 5 different areas I outlined, and keep all the records together in what I call the one spot rule. And during the month, put everything for that in that one section, and then pick a day where you've got some time and sit down and handle all that. Take a couple hours out, and that way you kind of keep everything again in one spot, and you can handle it and then organize in that way. And in a sense, you start decluttering your financial situation. You start getting a handle on it. You know where your money is going. You have a sense of a little more control over where you're going. You know what footsteps you want to take. If you're not sure, I'm a fan of credit unions. I know some banks out there who ain't like that, but I like the way they run, a lot of them. And a lot of them have free services and all sorts of things to help folks out. And, for a lot of folks, that's really handy. And, electronic banking and all ATM cards and debit cards and stuff like that, which, for a lot of folks can get you in trouble if you've been a hoarder or compulsive spender or chronic disorganizer. That can be really, really a messy situation because you end up spending so much money. And a lot of us ended up spending money online, and you get caught up in a situation where you don't know what you're spending or how much, and you get caught up in lots of bank fees. Well, the one way I would suggest if you're starting out is to pay cash or not to use your debit card online. I know for some of you that's a harsh reality, but that's one way to also declutter your financial situation and get a handle on it, and from the start, the get-go. And as you move along in the process and move along in the months, you start figuring out where your money's going. One of the things I do for myself is I keep every receipt for everything in the month, and I put it in an envelope and have one spot on my desk where I put all those receipts. So at the end of the month, I label what they are, and then I know where they are they gas, food, or any of that, and then I have that receipt. And then I also check my phone every few days and find out what online expenses or anything, and then I also make notes of those. So what I'm trying to say to you all out there is that decluttering frees up your money, and when you start freeing up your money and knowing where it's going, you can also save money. You can go on trips. You can do some fun things. You can have, I guess, more of a life. Our life is a very important one because if we don't have the financial resources we need to live life or do the things we need or pay for the medical needs or pay for education or pay for what we want in life or what we need to get well for what we're dealing with, then it makes life very difficult. I know for myself, knowing and needing and having and being able to get what I want has been important to me and has freed me in a lot of different ways. If anything, it's freed me up from a lot of worry. And I know a lot of you folks out there deal with a lot of worry in this subject. And if you're not sure, contact somebody if you can and sit down with somebody to help you sort out your finances. Maybe a local bookkeeper or something, and spend a little time with them and sort things out. That's another option you guys can use. But if I can say one thing, is you gotta smile. I know finances are a difficult thing to deal with, but we all have to deal with them in some form or fashion. Otherwise, it piles up. And you could lose your home. You could lose all sorts of things. Your credit goes to pot. I know for me, I still deal with credit challenges, but things are getting better and better and better. And they will for you too, if you're willing to declutter and your money and decluttering, and then really frees up your money because you pay lower interest rates. But if you don't even learning to really free up your money, you could free up your money if you ever wanted to start a business. And that really teaches you a lot of skills about when you free up money. So it frees you up to also pursue goals and dreams you may have in your life. And to me, that's a beautiful thing about decluttering your money, is that it gives you a sense of, not control, but a sense of a lot more self-worth and self-confidence. And that's a biggie, because for a lot of us, we have felt out of control. And feeling out of control just kind of feels like chaos out there. But when you realize that, what, this is something I can do something about if I'm willing to do it. And I know you guys out there can do what I've been talking about because you all are smart people. And a lot of smart people out there just need some understanding. And I know a lot of you can understand what I've just been talking about because a lot of you guys out there deal with it. And I know for myself, I had to learn and walk through this path, and it wasn't an easy path. But I'm hoping what I was able to give you tonight was some simple things that you can do for yourself. And if you have any questions or anything else, you can get a hold of me at Andrea at 84thstreetrocks.com. And we've got some stuff coming down the turnpike to help you too. And you know what? I wish you a compassionate and loving and tranquil and peaceful night, and let you all have sweet dreams. Blessings to you all tonight.